Welcome to Stairway to English. If you believe in growing a little every day, you're in the right place. Here, we share stories that inspire patience, strength, and real change. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps this journey keep going. Episode 1: The Illusion of Instant Miracles. Many people spend their lives waiting for a miracle, waiting for a sudden change that will make everything better. They hope for luck, a secret trick, or some kind of magic that will open all doors at once. But what if the real magic is already in our hands, quietly waiting for us to use it? The truth is, life rarely changes overnight. Success, peace, and happiness don't fall from the sky. They are built step by step, by patience and effort. In today's world, we live surrounded by speed. We want quick results, fast answers, instant progress. We see stories online about people who made it suddenly. Someone who became rich in a week or famous in a month. These stories make us believe that success should be fast, and if it's not, something must be wrong. But these are illusions. What we don't see are the hours, months, and years those people spent behind the scenes, learning, failing, and trying again. Real progress often happens quietly. It grows slowly, like a tree. You don't see the roots growing under the ground, but they are working hard, becoming stronger every day. The same is true for our goals. When you study, practice, or work on something daily, it may seem like nothing is happening, but something is. Deep inside, you are changing. Your skills, your thoughts, your habits, they are growing even if you can't see it yet. We must understand that waiting for a miracle is not a plan. It's a distraction. It keeps us from using our energy in the right way. When we believe that life will suddenly fix itself, we stop trying. But when we accept that progress takes time, we begin to build real power. Every day we stay patient and keep working, we create our own kind of magic, the magic of persistence. Many people confuse hope with waiting. Hope is not sitting still and doing nothing. True hope is working every day with faith that the results will come. It's saying, I may not see change today, but I believe in my effort. That is real magic, the quiet, invisible power of patience. Think about water and stone. Water seems soft and weak, but it can cut through rock, not because it is strong, but because it never stops. It keeps flowing, drop by drop, and over time, it shapes the hardest stone. Patience and work do the same for our lives. Even small actions, when repeated daily, can change everything. When you focus on what you can control, your time, your actions, your thoughts, you take back your power. You stop waiting for external miracles and start creating internal ones. That's how real transformation begins. When you wake up early, study even when tired, stay kind when angry, and continue even after failing, that's when the real magic starts to work. The world often celebrates the final success, the finished picture, the medal, the applause. But the real miracle happens long before that moment. It happens in the quiet hours when nobody is watching, in your patience, your discipline, and your choice to keep going. Those small, invisible steps are the true magic behind every great achievement. Life is not about waiting for a miracle. It's about becoming one through your consistency, effort, and calm faith in the process. When you stop wishing for magic and start working for it, you realize something powerful. You are the magician. Your hands, your mind, your patience, they hold the power to shape your life. So the next time you feel like nothing is happening, remember this truth. A seed doesn't show signs of life the day it's planted. It takes time to grow. But under the soil, magic is already happening. Quietly, invisibly, perfectly on time. The same happens with your dreams. Don't rush the process. Don't doubt your progress. Keep watering your seed with daily effort and trust that your miracle is already growing inside your work. Because the real magic is not waiting for something to appear. It's creating it, one patient step at a time. Episode 2: The Power Hidden in Patience. We often hear people say, be patient. It sounds simple, almost too simple, as if patience is just waiting quietly for something good to happen. But real patience is not passive. It's not sitting in silence, hoping for luck. Real patience is active strength. It's the ability to keep working, learning, and believing even when results take time. It's one of the hardest and most powerful skills a person can develop. When life moves slowly, when things don't go our way, we often feel frustration rising inside us. We ask ourselves, why is this taking so long? Why me? Why now? But patience teaches us a different question. What can I learn here? What can I do now? It changes our focus from waiting for change to becoming part of the change itself. And that small shift is what transforms ordinary moments into growth. Think about a mountain climber. When he looks at the top from the ground, it seems impossible, too far, too high, too difficult. But the climber doesn't jump to the top. He takes one small step, then another, then another. Sometimes he stops to rest. Sometimes he slips, but he continues. That's patience. Not stopping when it's hard, not quitting when it's slow, just moving forward one steady step at a time. Patience builds inner peace. It teaches us that everything has its own rhythm. Just as seasons change slowly, winter to spring, day to night, our lives move in natural cycles too. Some periods are full of movement and progress. Others are quiet, even boring. But even in those quiet times, important things are happening. The seed under the soil is not dead. It's preparing. So are we. Growth often begins in silence. When we lose patience, we lose clarity. We rush into things, make poor choices, and act out of fear. We start comparing ourselves to others, to their speed, their success, their path. But patience reminds us that every person's journey has its own timing. What's fast for someone else may not be right for us. The important thing is to stay faithful to our own path, not to anyone else's schedule. The great philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "No great thing is created suddenly." He was right. Every meaningful change, learning a language, building a business, healing from pain, finding peace, requires time. You can't force it to happen faster, but you can stay patient enough to let it happen naturally. That's where strength lives, in trust. Patience also teaches humility. It reminds us that we don't control everything. Life will surprise us, delay us, and sometimes stop us. But instead of fighting it, patience allows us to flow with it. It's like sailing on the sea. You can't control the wind, but you can control your sails. You can adjust, wait, and continue moving forward, even when the waves are against you. There's also another kind of patience with ourselves. We often forgive others easily, but we are harsh toward our own mistakes. We expect to be perfect right away, but personal growth doesn't work like that. You can't rush your mind or your heart. You must give yourself the same kindness and time that you would give a friend. Patience with yourself builds confidence. It allows you to keep going even after failure because you know that every mistake is part of learning. In truth, patience is not just a waiting skill, it's a form of wisdom. It helps us see that progress is not always visible. Sometimes it's hidden inside us, changing the way we think, feel, and act. When we are patient, we stay open to life's lessons. We stop running from discomfort and start understanding it. We stop wishing for easy days and start building strong minds. The modern world often tries to sell us shortcuts, quick results, fast success, instant happiness. But shortcuts steal something important: the depth of experience. Without patience, we might reach a goal quickly, but we don't grow. With patience, every step becomes meaningful. Every challenge teaches something. Every delay builds strength. When you practice patience, you are not wasting time. You are investing it. You are training your heart to stay calm under pressure. You are teaching your mind to see hope even in difficulty. You are becoming stronger, wiser, and more focused. That is the power hidden in patience. It doesn't shine like lightning, it glows like sunrise, slowly, beautifully, and surely. So the next time you feel tired of waiting, remind yourself every great story takes time to unfold. Every masterpiece takes time to create. And every person who ever achieved something beautiful had to wait, work, and believe before the magic happened. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing what you can today and trusting that tomorrow will reward your effort. Because true magic doesn't appear suddenly. It grows slowly through the quiet power of patience and the steady rhythm of your hard work. Episode 3: The Work That Builds the Miracle. Many people dream of changing their lives, finding a better job, becoming healthier, learning a new skill, or feeling more confident. But dreaming alone is not enough. A dream without action stays only as a wish. The real magic begins when we start working, not once, not for a week, but every single day with discipline and heart. The miracle you are waiting for is built by your own hands through effort and consistency. Work is not always exciting. It's often repetitive, silent, and unseen. Nobody applauds when you wake up early to study, when you stay late to finish something, or when you fail and try again. Yet these quiet hours are where success is born. True growth is not made of big moments. It's made of small choices repeated thousands of times. That's what creates the foundation of your miracle. Think about how nature works. The sun doesn't rise one day and decide to shine brighter just because someone asks it to. It rises and sets day after day without stopping. The rain doesn't fall once and stop forever. It falls again and again, patiently shaping rivers and feeding life. Nature doesn't rush, but it never rests either. That is how work should be: steady, faithful, and full of purpose. Hard work is not punishment, it's transformation. When you work hard, you're not just changing your results, you're changing yourself. Each effort makes you stronger, more patient, and more focused. Even when the outcome is far away, the process itself is valuable. The process builds character. It trains your mind to stay committed and your heart to stay humble. There is a quiet joy that comes from working hard. It's the satisfaction of knowing that you gave your best today, no matter how small the task. This joy is deeper than comfort. It doesn't come from pleasure or praise. It comes from progress. When you finish your work honestly and completely, you sleep with peace. You know that tomorrow will bring results because you are building them with your own effort. Sometimes people look for easy paths, shortcuts, secrets, lucky breaks. But those paths rarely lead anywhere good. When things come too easily, they also leave easily. What you earn through effort stays with you forever. You understand its value because you built it yourself. That's why people who work hard often feel more thankful, more grounded, and more confident. They know what it took to get there. There is also a hidden beauty in struggle. Work teaches us patience, discipline, and self-control. It forces us to organize our time, to face challenges, and to grow through failure. Each obstacle becomes a teacher. Each delay becomes a test of commitment. When you accept that, hard work stops being a burden and starts becoming your training ground. Imagine a sculptor working with stone. At first, the rock looks rough, heavy, and lifeless. But the sculptor sees what no one else sees: the figure inside the stone. With every small hit of the hammer, with every cut and polish, the hidden beauty begins to appear. The sculptor doesn't rush, doesn't complain. He trusts the process. He knows that every effort, no matter how small, is shaping the final masterpiece. That's how your life is shaped, by the steady rhythm of your daily effort. It's important to understand that hard work is not just about doing more, it's about doing with purpose. If you work without direction, you only get tired. But when you connect your work to your goals and values, every action gains meaning. A student who studies with love for learning, a worker who gives his best with honesty, an artist who creates with passion, they all find power in their work. Their effort becomes a form of magic because it transforms not only their situation, but also their spirit. Working hard doesn't mean you must be perfect. You will make mistakes. You will feel tired. You will want to give up. But each time you continue, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. That moment, when you keep going despite difficulty, is the true definition of courage. And courage is the key that unlocks every miracle. When you see successful people, remember, what you see is the result, not the process. Behind every success story is a mountain of quiet work. Behind every victory is 1,000 invisible struggles. But those struggles are not wasted. They are the real price of transformation. They are what make the miracle real, not imagined. The world may not always notice your effort, but that doesn't matter because the universe always rewards honest work. Sometimes not immediately, but always eventually. What you build with patience and dedication becomes unshakable. You are not just building a result, you are building yourself into the kind of person who can handle that result with strength and wisdom. So keep working, not for applause, not for perfection, but for progress. Every small effort adds up. Every drop of sweat waters the roots of your future success. The miracle is not waiting outside you, it's growing inside your actions. And one day, when you look back, you will realize the magic you were hoping for was never a secret spell. It was your patience and your hard work all along. Episode 4: When Patience Meets Effort, the Birth of Real Change. There is a special moment in every journey when patience and hard work finally meet. It's not an explosion, not a miracle in the sky, but something quieter, a deep feeling inside that says, I'm growing. This moment doesn't happen suddenly. It's built from all the small decisions you've made to keep going when it was easier to stop. That's the birth of real change, the kind that lasts. Most people think that change happens at once. They imagine a day when everything just clicks, when motivation appears, when everything feels easy. But the truth is, change is not one big moment. It's a long line of small steps, choices, and silent battles. Every time you control your anger, every time you choose effort over excuses, every time you stay focused while others give up, that's where transformation begins. The meeting point of patience and hard work is where character is born. Anyone can work hard for a day, but only a patient person can work hard for years. Anyone can stay calm when life is easy, but only a disciplined person can stay calm in struggle. When you combine patience with continuous effort, you create a force that nothing can stop. You become unbreakable. Sometimes it feels like your effort isn't changing anything. You work, study, or try to improve yourself, but results seem far away. That's when patience protects your spirit. Patience reminds you that roots grow before flowers bloom. You can't see the progress yet, but it's happening deep within you. Change grows quietly, not in noise, but in silence. The moment you stop forcing life to move faster and start trusting the process, you begin to live in peace. The world often celebrates fast success, overnight fame, sudden wealth, instant results. But that kind of success is like a flash of light, bright but brief. Real success is like sunrise, slow, steady, and unstoppable. It doesn't happen in one moment. It happens every morning you wake up and choose to continue. Every small act of discipline, every patient effort, builds a foundation for something greater than luck: stability. There's a powerful truth that many people ignore. Patience without work is only waiting, and work without patience is only struggle. But when the two walk together, they become transformation. Patience gives your work direction. It teaches you to keep going without fear, to keep faith without seeing immediate proof. Hard work gives your patience strength. It keeps your hope alive through action. Together, they create real progress, the kind that changes not only your life, but who you are as a person. Imagine a musician learning an instrument. In the beginning, the sounds are messy. The fingers hurt, the notes are wrong, the rhythm feels impossible. But with time, patience, and daily practice, something begins to change. The hands start to move naturally. The ears begin to understand harmony. The mistakes become less, and the music becomes alive. The transformation didn't come from a miracle, it came from patience meeting effort, again and again, until art was born. The same law works in every area of life. A relationship, a career, a dream, all grow stronger when we give them time and attention. The more patient we are with the process, the deeper the roots become. The deeper the roots, the higher the tree can rise. Impatience makes us plant and unplant the seed every week, wondering why it doesn't grow. But the wise person waters it daily and waits. That is how miracles are built, not through magic, but through consistency. When you practice this union of patience and hard work, life starts to feel different. You stop chasing results and start enjoying the process. You stop comparing yourself to others and start trusting your own timing. You begin to understand that success is not something you achieve one day, it's something you build every day. And this realization gives you freedom. You no longer need to rush because you know that what you are doing will eventually bear fruit. This way of living also protects your mind. It teaches you emotional balance. Instead of feeling angry when things go slow, you feel calm, knowing that growth takes time. Instead of giving up after failure, you keep trying because you know that persistence always wins in the end. You stop living in when. When will I succeed? When will I be happy? And you start living in how. How can I grow today? How can I do better now? That's the real transformation. Every time you choose effort over laziness and patience over frustration, you are proving something important. You are in control of your future. Life may test you, delay you, or push you down, but it can't defeat you. Not when you continue to rise. Because in the end, what defines your story is not how quickly you reach the top, but how faithfully you walk the path. Remember this. Change that comes too quickly fades too quickly. But change that is built through patience and work stays forever. It becomes part of your character, your confidence, and your inner peace. The real magic of life is not found in waiting for a miracle. It's found in the daily meeting of your effort and your patience. And that magic, it's already inside you, quietly building your future, one strong, patient, hard-working day at a time. Episode 5. The Mirror of Self-Discipline, Becoming the Master of Your Own Mind. There comes a time when you stop blaming the world and start looking in the mirror. Not to check how you look, but to ask a deeper question. Who am I becoming? That mirror moment is powerful. It shows not your face, but your character. It shows how much control you truly have over your thoughts, habits, and emotions. This is where the journey of self-discipline begins. The moment you realize that success doesn't start outside you, but within. Discipline is not punishment. It's not about being strict or hard on yourself. It's about choosing long-term strength over short-term comfort. Every time you say no to distraction, no to laziness, no to giving up. You're actually saying yes to your future self. You're protecting your energy from being wasted on what doesn't matter. You're shaping your mind to serve you, not control you. Think of your mind as a wild horse. If you never train it, it runs in random directions, full of emotion, noise, and confusion. But when you guide it with discipline, that wild energy becomes power. You start focusing, creating, and achieving with clarity. The same energy that once distracted you becomes your greatest force. That's what self-discipline does. It turns chaos into direction. People often say they lack motivation, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. You can't build a life depending on something that changes daily. Discipline is different. It's like gravity. It stays. It works even when you don't feel inspired. It carries you through dark mornings, long nights, and silent battles. Motivation helps you start, but discipline helps you finish. Let's be honest. Discipline is not easy. It demands sacrifice. It means doing what you must, even when you don't want to. It means turning off your phone when everyone else scrolls. It means studying when no one's watching. It means showing up for yourself again and again, especially on the days you feel tired or hopeless. But that's exactly why it's so powerful. The harder the path, the stronger you become by walking it. Self-discipline also gives you emotional freedom. When you learn to control your mind, you stop being a slave to your moods. Anger, fear, jealousy, they lose their power when you don't feed them. You start making decisions based on purpose, not emotion. You respond instead of reacting. You think before speaking. You act from clarity, not chaos. And that balance gives you peace, the kind of peace no one can take away. Remember, your brain will always choose comfort first. It will say, rest more, you deserve it, or you can do it tomorrow. But discipline whispers something stronger. Do it now. Tomorrow is built today. The more you listen to that voice, the more powerful it becomes. Slowly, discipline becomes your habit, and then your identity. You stop trying to be disciplined because you are disciplined. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones with perfect conditions. They're the ones who learn to keep moving forward no matter what. They don't wait for inspiration. They create it through action. Every small act of consistency becomes a brick in the wall of mastery. You don't build a castle in one day. You build it one brick at a time, every single day. Discipline also teaches you to respect time, your most valuable resource. You start understanding that every minute wasted on distraction is a piece of your dream lost forever. So you begin to protect your focus like treasure. You stop doing 10 things halfway and start doing one thing completely. You learn to live with purpose, not just pass time. And something amazing happens when discipline becomes natural. You gain confidence. Real confidence doesn't come from appearance or luck. It comes from knowing you can trust yourself. You say you'll wake up early, and you do. You say you'll finish your task, and you do. That builds unshakable self-respect. You no longer need others to believe in you because you already do. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect. You'll still fall, fail, and feel tired. But discipline helps you rise faster each time. It reminds you that failure is not the end, it's feedback. It's a teacher, not an enemy. You stop fearing mistakes because you know how to recover. You stop running from difficulty because you know how to endure. You start realizing that the strongest version of you is waiting behind every hard choice you make. In the end, self-discipline is not just about achieving goals. It's about becoming someone who deserves them. It's the art of mastering yourself, your time, your focus, your emotions, and your will. When you master those, no external challenge can defeat you. You become the calm in the storm, the order in the chaos, the creator of your own destiny. So, stand before the mirror once more. Look deeply into your own eyes and say, I am the master of my mind. I am not controlled by laziness, fear, or doubt. I am built by discipline, powered by patience, and guided by purpose. Because when you finally believe that, truly believe it, nothing in this world can stop you anymore.